All right, let's do quick practice for Unit 3, first grade. Now, these quick practices as we get started with Lesson 1 are actually reviewing what happened in kindergarten, but it's also preparing us for what we're going to dive into in Unit 4 with teen numbers and counting with decade numbers. So students are going to use the secret code cards just to build teen numbers. So we would say 10 and 1 make, and the class would say 11. And they can say the whole thing with you. 10 and 1 is 11. 11 is 10 and 1. You can even have them finger flash as they build the cards. So as a student leader or as you pull the cards together and apart, the rest of the class should be doing their finger flashes. 10 and 1 is 11. 11 is 10 and 1. So then we pull up the next card and we would say, boys and girls, read it with me, 10 and 2. 10 and 2 equals 12. 12 is 10 and 2. So you can see that the script here is on the right hand side. I say it just a little bit different from that, but you can see the general trend. Okay, so we're showing with our fingers and we're saying it with our mouth, and we say it both ways as we visually watch building that number. And you'll do that and repeat it for the teen numbers. You can randomize them so that they're not always in order. Then you get to Lesson 2 and you're going to do the same thing. You have your teen numbers again, and now we're going to continue to practice counting on. So remember that quick practice is oftentimes rehearsing what we've already learned but that students are not yet fluent with. So here we are with counting on, and this is where we have an unknown partner. And so we're going to stop with our fingers when we get to that total. So I would say, boys and girls, think about it, and we'd point to our first one, right? So you would use either the pointer that's here on the screen, or if you have a secondary pointer, you can use that. Or if you are in person, then of course you'd have a student leader who's helping doing this pointing. So boys and girls, think about it. And then we would say, class, give a signal, whatever that signal looks like, and they would say 3. And then I would have the students all count on with you, so, or with the student leader. Boys and girls, count on with me. Whether you do 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8's our total. Boys and girls, how many did we count on? 3. Whether you grab the 5, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. However you're choosing to kinesthetically do counting on, or you've taught your students, you can even add the circle drawings underneath. 5, let's count on together, and you would do your circle drawings. 6, 7, 8. Boys and girls, how many did we count on? I'm a fan of both because students are going to use both interchangeably, and one is more visual than the other, and of course one is more kinesthetic. So we have students who are doing counting on mentally a lot in their head. So doing it this way is going to also help them to do that, but when they see the circles, they do that one mentally. So however you want to do it, but then they'll read it, you give a signal, answer, class, let's count on together, let's do the counting on. Then you get to Lesson 3, and this all repeats. You're going to keep doing that, actually, until we get to Lesson 7. So by Lesson 7, you're going to do the same that we've been doing, taking an add-in, counting on to the total, and then you notice it changes here. So now we're going to be counting on to solve subtraction. So we know the total is 8. One of our partners is 5. Let's count from 5 up to 8 to find our unknown partner. So I find that first graders still have a hard time seeing this, and so even if you took a marker or something right next door to it, just to remind students, let's see if I go up here, there's our math mountain, that 8 is the total and 5 is one of the partners. We're counting on to find the other partner. So even in subtraction, we're going to take this number and count on to get to this number. So just even doing a single visual could help your students that aren't seeing that connection. So either way, we're here, boys and girls, think about it. Class, and they would say 3. And we'd say, boys and girls, count on with us. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boys and girls, how many do we count on? 3. Boys and girls, let's write 3 and read the equation with me. 8 minus 5 equals 3. So you'll repeat that then as you do all the way Lesson 7 through 12. When you get to Lesson 8, you're going to continue counting on. We've done this, subtraction, counting on, and then you'll notice that just keeps repeating itself over and over again. So now you have several days from lesson 8 to 12 where you repeat that same thing, counting on with addition and then counting on with subtraction. Have fun!